Yes, everyone, welcome back. Final game of pre-season is done. The next time Manchester United put on the shirt, they will be playing in the Premier League. And there is 5 things to look at from yesterday's game against Rayo Vallecano. So let's get into it. Number one, then, you have to start with Garnacho because Garnacho was unreal. Man of the match. An absolute constant threat. Backed himself, looked sharp, looked confident, looked like he was capable, was beating people at will. It was absolutely electric. The 1v1 ability has for sure put other players in the league on, or in the team, maybe even in the league, on notice because it was the sort of performance that could easily turn the manager's attention. It was that good. Number two, missed opportunity. Chong and to an extent Donny van der Beek alongside a couple of us didn't take their opportunity. I've seen some people in the comments saying that they thought Donny had a good game. I don't think he had a bad game, but I think that when you're looking at the sort of, I mean, even Zidane, I don't think he's quite played as well as Zidane has, and there has to be a different expectation for a £40 million signing as there does for an academy player. No one's sitting here claiming Zidane has to start every single week. But there are people out there that are campaigning for Donny to start every single week, and his performances in pre-season do not show that. If anything, I would be campaigning for Zidane to start ahead of Donny the way they've played. He looks like he's a lot more assured, he looks more confident. Donny doesn't look confident. That might be a byproduct of what's happened over the last couple of seasons with him, but he doesn't look confident. And although, like I said, he's not necessarily done anything wrong, he just hasn't done anything right. And Donny's not necessarily the problem. The missed opportunity, it's a missed opportunity for Donny, I think, because United are so desperate in midfield that even just being above average would have got him the starts. I'm not sure he's going to start, and that tells everything. If McTominay and Fred line up at the weekend, then it's quite clearly a missed opportunity for Donny van der Beek. Because when it comes to technical football ability, he is ahead of both of those, yet he still doesn't start ahead of both of those. So why? In terms of Chong, I just don't think he's got the level of ability to play for Manchester United's first team. And I've kind of been saying this for a while. When you look at the credentials of Chong, how soon he made his debut, the fact that he was under 18s player of the year and reserve player of the year. Well, I said at the time, he wasn't either of those. Mason Greenwood should have won when he was under 18s, and Jimmy Garner should have won when he was in the under 23s. But Chong got them both, and that's what goes down in the history books. He won both of those awards on a combined 12 appearances, 6 in each season, 6 for the under 18s and then 6 for the under 23s. That's all it took to win those 2 awards, and he did win those 2 awards, but for me, he wasn't worthy of either of those awards, yet comes with all of this credential. When you've seen him at Old Trafford yesterday, you go, honestly, he is so far below the level of every other player on the pitch. Howson came off the bench, looked bright. Shoretire came off the bench, looked bright. Neither of them lit the world up, but they had a better touch. They had a better product. They looked like they possessed more quality in their game. Chong looked miles off it, just a step too far for the Premier League. The Blues seemingly want him. Birmingham fans like him. There's probably an easy transfer to be made there because he's not good enough for United. Number 3, new boys. Oh yes, we got the new boys, didn't we? We saw Ericsson and we saw Martinez and we saw some footballers. Martinez surprised me with the physicality. Sometimes you get this in South Americans, don't you? That they're just not roofed in right and often become cult heroes because of that. He's shown some real good bravery. And I thought he played technically brilliant. He was so assured, so calm. The composure, the technical efficiency that he displayed was sensational. And both players leveled up how well Manchester United keep, pass, retain the ball. And that's a huge positive for us, I think. They will improve all ball playing aspects of Manchester United's game going forward. They definitely give a new element to the squad and to their respective positions. And even though they've both not necessarily featured anywhere near enough, you would say, in pre-season, obviously Martinez for different reasons, I think I would probably start the pair of them against Brighton at the weekend. Number 4, Ronaldo returned, kinda. I don't know if he's here to stay. He had a couple of good touches, he had some shots, but but he doesn't stretch the pitch. He did press, and there was times when he pressed, but after one press, he then jogged back, and he had to allow Chong to take the next press because he didn't want to press constantly. He doesn't stretch the pitch. He isn't looking to run in behind. His link play at times was pretty good. I think that's worth saying. It really feels like we are preparing to start the season without him in the team. And if he is here in the team, it's only because nobody else wants him. Will we miss out on an up-and-coming young striker to placate and accommodate a 38-year-old Ronaldo who doesn't want to be here for another season? That doesn't feel like good planning, in my opinion. If we're identifying the likes of Šeško and we want to bring him in, and do with Ronaldo whatever you will. I don't know who you're going to allow him to go to. I don't think United have got this stance of he's not for sale. Okay, but we're not hearing of anyone that he wants to go to come in and bid for him, are we? We're not fending bids off at the gates. We just said, yeah, he's not for sale. Now, that's a great stance for United to take, rather than they're like, yeah, if anyone will take him off our hands, that'd be fantastic. It's a good stance to always say, yeah, he's not for sale, and let him figure it out. But I have no idea if he'll be here come the end of this month. And finally then, are we ready? What's our seasonal expectations? What's Ten Hag's best 11? Is our transfer business done? Seasonal expectations, the season just needs to be better than last season. You can put your own spin on what that actually means in terms of tangible results. I just want it to be better than last season. I can't sit here and say that we're close to Manchester City and Liverpool, because we're not. So I'm not going to say that we have to go out and challenge for the title this year. I just want to see some progress. Does Ten Hag know his best 11? Absolutely doubt it. I absolutely doubt it. I think he probably knows some players that he's begun to make decisions on. Is our transfer business done? Man, I hope not. And it also sounds like he wants 3 or 4 more players to come in. He has got a clear imprint of how he wants his team to play. That's a great thing. He's seemingly going about bringing in players who can play football. That's a good thing. Whether or not we can get the remainder of those over the line, there was some talk yesterday that Frankie de Jong, we have agreed to pay his transfer fee. On one hand, sweet, get the deal over the line. On the other hand, we've just enabled Barcelona to treat their employees like absolute fucking dicks. I don't necessarily agree with that in the widest concept of everything that's going on. A lot of questions are going to get answered over the next 2 weeks, but the season is almost here and I'm definitely looking forward to it. Cheers for tuning in. As always, make sure to subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, 5-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.